Inside of this file is every single SMS message that has been sent and received on this phone with all of the associated metadata. So it loaded a total of 10,885 unique indicators. It extracted a total of 1,818 SMS and MMS messages. Phone sheriff, hello spy, the truth spy. This is real deal stuff. It is even looking for Metasploit. The Mobile Verification Toolkit is a tool to facilitate the consensual forensic analysis of Android and iOS devices for the purpose of identifying traces of compromise. This was developed and released by the Amnesty International Security Lab back in July of 2021 in the context of the Pegasus project. And this continues to be maintained by Amnesty International as well as other contributors. And we want to give a big thanks to all of those individuals because this is an absolutely incredible project. Absolutely incredible project. I am so excited to share this with you guys today. So I'm going to assume that you already have ADB installed. If you have been following along with any of my previous videos on Android, then you will surely have already installed ADB. But if not, let's just head down to the command line. This is incredibly simple. There's multiple ways that you can install this, but the easiest way to do so, and definitely for what we're doing in this video, the easiest way is going to be simply to do an apt search for ADB. We scroll back up to the top. Very first on the list is ADB, or the Android Debug Bridge. Now you do also have the Android SDK Platform Tools Common. This is something that comes with a lot more than just ADB, and you don't need that for what we're doing. If you're only using ADB, then you literally just need ADB. So if you don't have that installed, to install it, simply run the command sudo apt install ADB. Once you have that installed, you can verify that you do have it installed by running which ADB. You can also run ADB with -- version, and it will pull up the versioning information for you. You can pull up the help menu by running ADB with -- help, and there is an extensive help menu because ADB has so many different options. There is just so many different things that you can do with ADB. It's just one of the most powerful tools. It is hands down the #1 tool for interacting with Android. So you do have to have ADB installed as a prerequisite to utilize the Mobile Verification Toolkit. Now if we head back over to the page, links are in the description. We're going to click on Introduction. A couple things worth noting is that there are these things called indicators of compromise, and MVT supports using these indicators of compromise, also known as IOCs, to scan mobile devices for potential traces of targeting or infection by known spyware campaigns. This includes IOCs published by Amnesty International as well as other research groups. One of the things that we're going to do here momentarily is we're going to actually use the tool to download a publicly available database of these IOCs so that we can use them in our scanning. Now we are performing what is often referred to as consensual forensics. I absolutely love this terminology. So you have to understand something. MVT is incredibly powerful. This is something that is capable of extracting and processing various types of personal records that are typically found on a mobile phone, such as the call history, the SMS, and WhatsApp messages, etc., and so forth. Now this is intended to help identify potential attack vectors, such as malicious SMS messages that could lead to exploitation. The purpose is not to facilitate adversarial forensics of non-consenting individuals' devices. So at this point, we want to give that disclaimer. Do not use this tool set on somebody's phone who has not given you permission to do so. You have to have permission, or you have to be doing this on your own phone, in which case you have obviously given yourself permission. To install the mobile verification toolkit, we have a couple different options to us. But first and foremost, regardless of which option that you choose, you're going to need to install some basic dependencies that are going to be necessary to build the required tools. Now we can come over here to the installation page and just copy the command that is provided on the screen, and then we'll go back to the terminal and paste in that command. So we are installing Python 3 VNV, that is used to create Python virtual environments, Python 3 pip, that is the Python 3 package manager, SQLite 3 for databases, and libusb 1.0-0. I already have all of these installed. We're going to be creating a Python virtual environment. The commands are on this page. You can essentially just copy and paste them. However, I'm just going to be making one small change, and that's that if you copy and paste this command right here, what it is doing is it's using Python 3, and it's actually creating a virtual environment. That is what the venv is for. And then this word at the end, the env, that is what they have chosen to call that virtual environment. And I don't like that naming convention. To me, that's a little confusing. I'm going to show you how I do it. If you create multiple virtual environments using Python, you want to have some type of naming convention that allows you to differentiate one from the next. Also, important to note, typically I'm always using the fish shell, and this is one of those rare circumstances where the fish shell is problematic. So I have reverted to the normal bash shell to do this. So first and foremost, I'm going to create a parent directory to store everything that we are doing inside of this video. I'm going to call that directory Android, and that is going to be in all capital letters. I'm going to cd inside of the Android directory, and now we have a fresh directory, no pun intended. Alright, so now first thing that we're going to do is we are going to create a Python 3 virtual environment by running the command python 3-mvtenv. The name that I'm going to give that virtual environment is going to be Android mvt. It's creating the virtual environment. Now it has completed. Once the virtual environment is created, you're going to source it by running the source command followed by the name of the environment you just created. Mine is Android mvt /bin/activate. That is going to activate the environment. You know that it has been activated because you are dropped into a new virtual environment. You can see that the prompt has changed over here on the left and now begins with Android mvt. Let's head back over to the documentation. Now we are going to install mvt into the virtual environment. Very simple. We're just going to run pip install mvt. So we're going to run pip install mvt. And this is why you should be using Python virtual environments, because every one of these Python packages has a particular version, and it is so easy to have dependency conflicts where you have other things installed on your system and it doesn't want to install a particular Python package because there's already one installed by another program on your system. This is why you do this. So you can see that everything was installed, and there was quite a lot of packages that were installed, but everything was installed and we didn't have a single error. So now we have the mobile verification toolkit installed, we should be able to pull up the help menu. So I'll run mvt and tab, because we have two different choices. We're doing this for Android, so we are obviously going to do mvt-android, but I have also done this for iOS. So if you're interested, go check out that video. It's very good. So we're going to pull up the help menu. This is the help menu for the Android version of the mobile verification toolkit. So in this video, we're going to be running the mvt check backup command. This is going to allow us to check an Android backup. Now, unfortunately, Android backups are becoming a thing of the past. Most of this stuff is being moved to the cloud. So at this current point in time, we are only going to be able to run this on the SMS app. But that's still a very valuable thing for us to be able to do, since so many of these forms of spyware and stalkerware are actually implemented by sending malicious text messages or text messages with malicious links embedded in them. So this is still very valuable for us. This would now be a great time for you to go ahead and plug your Android phone into the system. And once you have done that, you can check to see if it's connected. We're going to run ADB devices. You can see that the device is attached. I have already enabled developer options as well as USB debugging. I'm not going to cover that in this video. I have done that in past videos. Go check that out if you need more instructions on how to do that. So now we're going to actually create a backup of our SMS messages. I am inside of that newly created Android directory as of right now. The only thing that it contains is the MVT virtual environment. So we're going to run ADB backup with -no compress, and we're going to provide it with the name of the SMS messaging app, and that is com.android.providers.telephony. Now, if you are unsure of what the name actually is, most likely this is the name, but you can always check. We'll open up another window pane. You can run ADB shell PM list packages. We'll pipe that into grep with a -i, and we'll grep for telephony. So we have a couple different packages related to telephony, and you can see that the one in the middle is the one that we are looking for, which is com.android.providers.telephony. Something I should have mentioned is that you're going to want to make sure that the screen is open on your phone, because there is going to be a prompt that shows up on your phone in a moment when we hit return. And you're going to be asked to enter a password. So we're going to go ahead and hit enter. Now, on the phone, I'm going to attempt to show this to you without breaking the connection. On the phone, there's a white screen and it says full backup. A full backup of all data to a connected desktop computer has been requested, and it says if you wish to encrypt the full backup data, enter a password below. So you're going to enter a password into that line. I'm going to make this very simple, so I'm going to enter a very, very simple password. And then click backup my data. Alright, so the backup has finished. Now if I run the ls command, you can see that we now have that backup on our machine locally. So it is actually referred to as backup.ab. If I run the file command on that, we'll get back that this is in fact an Android backup. Version 5, not compressed, but encrypted. We can run ls-lh on that, and we'll get the size 165K. So obviously, if you have been using your phone for a while and have sent a lot of messages, then it's going to be a very large file. Alright, so in a moment we are going to analyze the SMS backup, but first we're going to want to make sure that we have all of the indicators of compromise. So there is a command called download-IOCs. This will download the public sticks-to indicators. So we're going to go ahead and run mvt-android followed by download-IOCs. Now you get this wonderful colorized output on your screen that lets you know in real time what is actually happening, and these are the databases containing the indicators of compromise. You can see you get the actual URLs, and you have the names of the IOCs, and this is real stuff, man. I mean, hopefully you don't find any of this stuff in your phone, but if you do, please let all of us know. Anybody who does find anything on this list in their phone, please let us know. Let us know in the comments. Hopefully you don't, because if something like this, if something that's on this list is on your phone, I feel bad for you. I feel bad for you because somebody has definitely made you a target. And this is real deal stuff. So we're talking about, at the top of the list, we have NSO Group's Pegasus. We have Predator Spyware, RCS Lab Spyware. We got Stalkerware, indicators of compromise. Surveillance campaigns linked to Mercenary Spyware Company. Quadream King Spawn. Operation Triangulation. It just looks bad. It sounds bad. Worm Spy, Dragon Egg, Wintigo Helios, kind of sounds like a Halo game or something. Nova Spy from Serbia, Kangaroo, Devil's Tongue. This is serious stuff. This is very, very nasty stuff that you don't want on your phone, especially right before the holidays. You don't want that. We're going to run this command. I am going to pass that password that I used for encryption. I'm going to pass that right in the command line to the tool. So we're going to run mvt-android followed by check-backup followed by --backup -password, and then in double quotation marks I'm going to provide that password, and I told you I made it very simple. So it's 1, 2, 3. Finally, we're going to do --output, and we're going to provide a path to a directory to output the resulting files. And that is going to be, you're going to want to provide a full path. So for me, that's going to be inside of that Android directory that I created earlier in all caps. So that's going to be the full path, which is home, fresh, Android. And finally, you have to give it the path to that backup that we created, and that is also in the same directory, and it is called backup.ab, and that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and it is already done. So that was very quick, took about a second or two. Scroll back up to the top. It even gives us a warning about how the password was made visible. And this is an absolutely excellent tool. You have the timestamps over on the left. You have different levels of logging enabled. So it loaded a total of 10,885 unique indicators from all of those various IOC tables. It ran the SMS module. For me, for this particular phone, it extracted a total of 1,818 SMS and MMS messages. And the good news for me is that the SMS module produced no detections. So it did not find anything. Now, that's great. Maybe in a future video, I will actually intentionally install something on the phone just so that I can show you that it does in fact detect something, but that'll have to be for a future video. So thankfully though, it produced no detections for me. But once again, if anybody had something detected, please share that with the rest of us. What was it? And any information that you can share along with it, we would all love to hear about that. So comment, please. All right, so there was a hash that was created of the info.json file, and this is obviously so that if you choose to share this with other people, that you know that nothing has been altered in the past, present, or future. All right, so let's clear the screen. Now if I do an ls, we have a couple files that have been created from running that command. So we have command.log, info.json, and sms.json. So the command.log is going to be pretty much everything that we already saw printed to the screen, saved for us for future reference. And this is real deal stuff that this is looking for. Own spy, phone sheriff, hello spy, the truth spy, let me spy, Snoopsa, track my phones, Flexa spy. I mean, this is real deal stuff. It is even looking for Metasploit, Android lost. It's a lot of different stuff that this thing is scanning for. A lot of different things. Look at that. This is an exceptional tool right here. Spy SMS, Droid Watcher. I mean, this thing looks for everything. Wow, that's interesting. So it looks for Life 360. I mean, Life 360 by many is considered spyware, and a lot of people install this willingly on their phone. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Okay, so the other two files are info.json and sms.json. So if we cat out the contents of info.json, pretty straightforward. It's the smallest of the three files. These are all of those databases where it took the indicators of compromise from, and this is that 256 SHA hash that was taken of the backup that we made. So you know that you have that hash, you know that if the hash has been altered, then somehow the backup has also been altered. And finally, we have the actual SMS file. So while it is not the intention of this video to do this, obviously this is a great way to back up your SMS messages. Inside of this file is every single SMS message that has been sent and received on this phone with all of the associated metadata. So obviously I'm going to have to blur this out because this is personal information. But to give you an idea of what is in here, I mean, this is everything. You know, so you're looking at the phone number that sent it, the phone number that received it, the date and time stamp, followed by the actual message, whether it was received or not, everything. Everything is in here. This is amazing. And once again, we're doing this without having to root the device. It's Fresh Forensics, man. Fresh Forensics. I do this for you guys. This is for you guys. All right, so that is the mobile verification toolkit. Hopefully you guys got something out of that. Let me know in the comments what you thought about this video, if you want to see more of this type of content. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and as always, keep learning and stay fresh. We'll see you in the next video.
Fresh forensics, yeah, that ain't got weight. Why they slept on me? Yeah, I appreciate fate. Nobody believed, but I stayed the course. Turned silence into power. Now I'm the source. I did it alone. Now I celebrate solo. Another fresh forensics Friday. I'm weak. Did it my way. Can't stop. I'm still flowing. Fresh forensics, keep learning. Stay fresh, keep growing. Fresh forensics, keep learning, stay fresh, keep growing.